Hello, everyone. My name is Fernando Pereiro. I'm the head of Cloud and DevOps at UST Spain, and thank you for joining me at this talk about DevOps trends that applies to business. I hope you like this as much as I do because it's a topic that I'm passionate about, freaky. And it's about analyzing what's happening, analyzing how people use the technology to improve and obtain better results. At the end, organizations from different sectors and different regions around the world are looking for the same thing. And this is pretty cool. And we will see what is happening there, okay? I don't want to miss the opportunity to thank Santander for all their trust in UST, and of course, all the sponsors and organization of this event for making it happen. The agenda is awesome, is truly awesome. And I'm enjoying this event a lot. So thank you for the opportunity of having fun around the technology and giving me the space and the time to talk a little bit about my vision and my thoughts. Okay. So regarding trends, the truth is that there are many fields, paradigms, technologies, and methodologies that are being adopted, and many others are being investigated. We have GitOps, NoOps, MLOps, DevSecOps, hyperautomation, self-service, test automation, you name it, right? And many others. And it is because cloud and DevOps research is not a matter of laboratories and white coats. We can test, search, fail, and learn very quickly and constantly, anytime and yeah, almost or anywhere. I'll say it anywhere too. As a result of this entire cycle, a lot of concepts are emerging and are being talked about with an increasing and more open community. The community is very important here, and the way we can talk and check our ideas with others. But since we only have 15 minutes and I had to choose, we are going to focus on those trends that affect and help the business. And this is because DevOps and business was not always an easy team, right? For example, from IT, we have always known that DevOps provides agility, right? But business asks, how much? And not always we had the answer for it. DevOps brings understanding and collaboration between teams, right? But business asks, okay, how much? And by the way, how is that measured, right? And not always we had an answer for it. We have always known that DevOps brings many things, but business ask, okay, but is it worth it? Over time, we have acquired knowledge, processes, and tools that help us answer these questions. And today we will open another chapter in that relationship between DevOps and business, okay? A chapter called Trends, and we will see that there are no two teams anymore. We are all in the same boat and we are all in the same page, okay? Today we're going to talk about value stream and the way we can use it to map organizations' behavior and add DevOps information on it. Auditable DevOps and know everything that we are losing by not using the data generated by a DevOps ecosystem, and assembly lines and how they translate the previous trends into a more operative and technical language. Okay, so let's start. Value stream. Value stream is the set of actions carried out to add value from the moment a request or idea arises until it is delivered to the customer. The management of the value stream is a key concept to know the whole process, each step individually, and the improvement actions that can be carried out, right? The management of the value stream is nothing new, but it has been talked about together with DevOps due to the expansion of the DevOps concept itself, and because step by step, DevOps is covering every aspect of the life cycle and every link on the value stream. Okay, for example, the development area on the development step is in haste with continuous integration, for example. Security is in haste by including it and automating it on all the steps. And deployment step or deployment area is enhanced through automation and standardization to make them repeatable and predictable. Okay. The idea behind the management of the value stream is to have a single point where you can observe, evaluate, and manage each aspect of the value stream individually or all together. And I don't know if it's just me, but this sounds pretty much like DevOps, right? Since DevOps seeks to cover the management of the entire life cycle of digital assets, we can say that DevOps is a fundamental pillar for value stream management. And the trend of this year, and I think that the following ones, take us in that direction towards organizations that each time they are gaining enough maturity to optimize their processes for delivering value for their customers. Okay, maybe with an example we can see this in a better way. In this slide, we can see how a sample organization take 7 days within the approval step. But why is this happening? Okay, DevOps metrics can help us to understand. Is it pure quality of the deliverables? Is it not existing documentation? Is it not existing communication for understanding what is going on and what is going to be deployed? We can use DevOps metrics to understand this situation and then apply methodology or technical pieces to improve this step. This is where value stream and DevOps are getting together. But DevOps goes further, and we can add more details and visibility to the value stream using more DevOps metrics. Okay, error rate, mean time to detection, mean time to recovery, bug detection, number of builds. Once again, you name it, right? All the DevOps metrics can help in all the value stream. And these metrics guide us to the next trend. Have you ever stopped to think about the amount of information that a DevOps ecosystem collects and generates? We can know how many commits are made, how many little lines of codes are modifying each commit, how many artifacts there are, how many times an artifact has changed, how many builds have been made, how many have failed, why they have failed. We could expand the list of all aspects that a DevOps ecosystem embrace and to every step in the value stream. Okay, because many things happen in the DevOps framework, right? Each developer reflects their work. The code becomes artifact and then value to the customers. The quality of assets is analyzed and determined. Security policies are created and modified, etc. All these generate an enormous amount of information that can be used and that must be recorded for future analysis and audits. The audit of what happens in a DevOps framework provides data on how organizations work, how they operate, and how they collaborate between teams, right? In fact, I think that is the best starting point to establish improvement plans. Make strategic decisions with suppliers, with team, with project, or even departments, and to optimize the entire process from when ideas are generated until they reach the customers. Obtaining metrics from a DevOps ecosystem is one of the steps to follow for a correct management of the value stream, since they clearly and correctly grant the points where the improvements should be applied, okay? In addition to offering clear data and objectives of the impact of those applied improvements. I like to say that DevOps metrics and all the information we can have from the DevOps ecosystem just show us our pain points in the same way that an X show us where is the treasure in a map, right? This kind of, it's that easy, okay? For example, in this sample organization that we are looking in this slide, we can see a clear pain point, the mid time to recovery. And of course, the bug resolution versus other testing and quality metrics, for example, the success rate. Okay, but what is happening there? Good success rate and pure bug resolution. Maybe we are not fixing at a good speed, but everything fixed is done in an excellent way. But the trend itself is not the concept. You know, the DevOps metrics exist from the beginning of DevOps concept. No? The trend is not the concept itself. It's the time and resources that many organizations and customers and IT companies are expanding to have that visibility and get all that pieces together. Okay, we will see the next years a lot of projects around this, I think, and I hope, because I like it very much. And it's just because right now is the time. A couple of years, for example, when we talk about this with other teams, with other companies, the conclusion was, okay, this is fine, this is cool, but I don't generate the correct amount of data for this, right? My DevOps ecosystem is not mature enough, actually. But I think that now is the moment to do it, okay? And I like to end by talking about these trends using assembly lines, since it lands on a more operational, a technical level, everything that we have been commenting on before. Okay, assembly lines become more relevant as the DevOps philosophy becomes more mature, and because it is about creating steps that reflect the work that each team does to later create pipelines that contains those steps. Creating, for example, modular and configurable flows for each case, okay? It could be said that assembly lines are pipelines of pipelines that help not only to standardize, but also promote an end-to-end automation and planning for other teams that participate in the workflow and therefore see their work reflected in the value stream. The assembly lines, are the technical representation of value stream management, since they orchestrate the work carried out by each team within the value chain. The development teams can make the integration pipeline. The testing teams can make the test execution pipelines. The security team can make the compliance pipeline, and then operation teams can do the deployment pipeline, always with the same tools and with a very collaborative policy to later orchestrate all that pipelines in a single workflow that includes all the above and include the work of every team in order to have a chain with an end-to-end process, and at the same time, each step in a modular, configurable, and repeatable way. This is the basis that sustains the assembly lines and the management of the value stream itself. And why the assembly line is so important to the business? Okay, that's easy. That's because the assembly line is the language in which the technical teams understand and represent the value stream and apply the improvements identified on it. Okay, as we're looking in the slide, we can see how each step of the value stream is done by different teams, okay, or different stages. And you can set a step or a mini pipeline about that specific step inside the value stream. And then you can get all together and have the end-to-end automation and the end-to-end pipeline, right? So this is assembly lines. The graphical representation of the technical perspective in the value stream. We just saw these trends and how they are relating DevOps and business. And I think we can say that this is the way to see them. This is the best way to see them, you know, all related. This is something that I love this. I love about this. Sorry? Okay, sorry. This is my last slide. Okay. okay, the wheel pieces fit each other, right? And they are related, and each of them help us to improve and understand the others. So this is all for today. Please, same as DevOps, feedback is quite important. So feel free to reach me at LinkedIn for any comment, idea, or freaky talk. And of course, I'll be in the QA room and the networking room a few minutes, so we can meet there. Once again, I'm Fernando Pereiro, and it has been a real pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you very much for being here. Stay safe, enjoy your lunch, have a good week, and happy summer. Bye-bye.